All right, this is Osmongold looking at New York. It's a complete shithole. What up, Mike? What's happening? You just joined me. I just got here. I mean, I know it says I've been here for like 20 minutes, but I really haven't been here for 20 minutes. I just started it 20 minutes ago. Anyways, Osmongold. New York City is a complete shit show. All I know is I'm going to talk shit on all of this. Asmongold has 4.16 million subscribers on YouTube. I don't know how many subscribers he has on Twitch. I just know that he is not someone anyone should be listening to. I'm doing it for my commentary is reacting to people that react to shit. I don't just react to people. I react to reactors. And Osmond is one of those people. Oh, no, I don't want to stop my recording. I probably should have it on the right screen. Okay, let's go.
Well, out front now, Zoran Mamdani, the candidate for...
Oh, good thing no one spoke yet. You know why? Because I don't have my headphones on, and I probably need those to hear what's happening. It's a good idea, right? You would be able to hear what's happening, but I'd be sitting here going like, oh, yeah, no, I don't hear shit.
New York
there
City.
He is.
Oh, and I got to remember, I got to turn this way down, bro, for this.
Mayor, and so President Trump making it very clear here, there's no beating around the bush here. You really have no choice. You must vote for him, Andrew Cuomo. What do you say to that?
Look, this is something that we've been speaking about for months. We've known since the primary that Andrew Cuomo was funded by the same billionaires that gave us Donald Trump's second term. He denied that then. He had a phone call with...
I think this is true. I think it's very obvious that Andrew Cuomo is the... Like, if you were going to look up in the dictionary, establishment Democrat, it would have a picture of him.
President Trump trying to coordinate to stop our campaign. He then denied that. And even just until these final days, he denied that he was Donald Trump's preferred candidate. But now it's written out for the entire world to see. This is the man that Donald Trump wants to be the next mayor of New York City. And not because he'll be good for New Yorkers, but because he'll be good for Donald Trump. And New Yorkers are exhausted of this agenda in Washington. They don't want to see a mimic of it come here to City Hall.
Do you think it will help Cuomo at all in the polls?
I don't even think, in my opinion, I think most of the people that are voting in the mayor race care about local and like community issues. They care about things like crime. They care about things like affordability and housing. They're not really voting probably for a lot of federal issues. Like, I mean, some of them are, obviously. But the things that are affecting people on a day-to-day, groceries, transportation, education.
You want to know what's not affecting me? I work a minimum job. Now, granted, the reason why none of the stuff they're talking about and he's talking about affects me is because I'm not attempting to be like completely self-sufficient yet, because it's impossible, right? You know how much money you have to make to become self-sufficient, actually? Like, I'm talking about own your own house. You got to work a lot. You got to work a lot, and you got to make quite a bit of money.
Wages. Like, these are the things that really matter to the average person. Beyond like ICE raids or like some.
One of my highest bills is weed, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I spend at least $200 a month on weed.
Something else. This is all like, I mean, those are things that, rich white people have enough time to go out and
I need weed more than I need food.
Most working class people have to actually do their job,
I guess specifically if you assume that Trump's trying to talk to that 15% of people who say they're going to vote for Curtis Sliwa.
We continue to be confident about what tomorrow will look like for us, but I do think New Yorkers must understand that Andrew Cuomo waited until the final day before the election to have this be revealed. He wanted to be able to make the message to Democrats that he was in fact the governor that he said he was, and then right at the last moment, the last opportunity to fully embrace the MAGA movement that we have long said he is tied to.
So Trump also posted, so he endorses Cuomo, okay? Then he also talked about you, referring to you as a communist. I believe last time we talked, I don't know how many times I had of him calling you a communist. That's not new. But he said, if communist candidate Zoran Mamdani wins the election for mayor of New York City, it is unlikely that I will be contributing federal funds other than the very minimum as required to my beloved first home because of the fact that as a communist, this one great...
See, this is also another way that they can fuck this guy. is that if they control the federal government while this guy is the mayor, and then they just sabotage him by not giving him funding and then also fucking him over in other ways, it will make him look like a terrible mayor, and everybody will hate him.
Most likely, I agree with that.
Fuck him. Yeah, that's what they're gonna do. Extortion. How un-American Trump. Well, that's what he would do. Of course.
Well, I don't know about you, but the whole system is fucked up. Communism, socialism, capitalism, comprehend, they're all based on insanity. We're the only species that forces ourselves to pay to live where everything is born and grows and exists for free.
Of course, that's what he would do. Yeah, that's fucked up, though. What do you mean?
Think of the sick mentality we're in. Like, most people can't compute. You know what I mean? Like, the sick mentality we're actually in. Like, I don't know about you, dude, but every wild deer has never had to worry about a job in its entire motherfucking life. It has to worry about not dying, and it's dangerous out there. There's predators. I'm just saying, it didn't have to worry about, like, needing to buy a home when it turned 12 to 15 to, 18, excuse me, like 12. Who buys a home at 12? Not, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean, though?
That's fucked up. What do you think this is? What do you think? Yeah, duh. That's why it would work.
Once great city has zero chance of success or even survival.
Game.
Okay, what do you think that means? Other than the very minimum as required, it could be an important clause, I suppose, in that sentence. But if he says unlikely is going to contribute federal funds, I mean, what happens then? What will you do if that's how he goes?
I don't know. Isn't New York already infested with, like, migrants and all sorts of crazy shit that they're doing in New York? I don't know. I've never been to New York City ever, so I don't know. I've only seen it on TV, man.
I think you can clearly see that Donald Trump is threatened by our campaign. He's threatened by it because, like his, we've diagnosed the crisis in working class New Yorkers' lives.
I think he's right about that. I do. I think he's right. I think that in the same way that Donald Trump addressed working class people in 2016, I think that he's addressing working class people as well, just with different language. I think that's accurate.
Cost
of living, but unlike him,
I am not up this. I don't pay attention to enough political stuff to actually know who the fuck this guy is really. I just heard about him because I heard he was a communist, and they were like trying to elect a communist mayor, and that's all I heard.
We're actually going to deliver on that, and that is a contrast that he.
I don't think that's going to happen. I don't. I think they're going to get hamstrung at every level. They're going to be stuck in courts forever. There's going to be a million restrictions put on him. It's not going to happen.
There to see, because while he is spending $300 million remodeling a White House ballroom, the same amount of money that could provide SNAP benefits for 100,000 New Yorkers, he's trying to make it harder for Americans across the country to actually afford groceries. And this money that we're talking about, it's money that New York City is owed. It's not Donald Trump's to decide which city or state will get what money. This is the money that New Yorkers are owed, and this is the money that we're going to fight for.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if he doesn't give it to you, you're not owed it. I mean, that's all there is to it. Like, you can say how much, this is owed to me, and I deserve this all you want, but if he doesn't give you the money, then you don't have the fucking money. Like, that's it.
So Trump is not the only one talking about you tonight. Elon Musk is actually talking about you.
What a pair.
Yeah, it's private. Yeah, it's privately funded. Yeah, exactly.
And obviously Musk supported him, was crucial to his election victory. They had their falling out, but
yes,
they're back together again. Elon posts about you. Remember to vote tomorrow in New York. Bear in mind that a vote for Curtis, referring to Curtis Sliwa, whom I just mentioned, is really a vote for Mum Dummy, or whatever his name is. Vote Cuomo. All right. Why do you think he's speaking out against you? And obviously the personal insult is in there as well, Mum Dummy.
Look, I think this is one of the more expensive endorsements that Andrew Cuomo has ever gotten, because it took $959 million in tax breaks that he gave Elon Musk for Elon Musk's pet projects back when Cuomo was the governor. And we're seeing the two twin architects of this second term of Donald Trump's presidency, in the president himself and Elon Musk, saying clearly to New Yorkers that their candidate is Andrew Cuomo. And they've picked Andrew Cuomo because they know that he will be the puppet that they want right here in New York City. And he's...
See, when a politician says a sentence like he just said, it makes me go, Yet you are calling Cuomo a puppet for Trump, who's a puppet for a system that no one talks about, mostly in the like forefront, right? Everyone talks about this system, government systems, politics, blah blah blah, religion, blah, blah. These are all systems of control, right? Yet the system of control that is controlling those systems, a lot of people don't want to talk about. And he is calling the other guy a puppet while he is also a puppet. Not knowing he's a puppet or playing stupid to him being a puppet. So he looks like he's not a puppet, yet still a puppet.
He's the closest thing to them that there is. I mean, it's pretty actually. I don't even know if that's really true. I think it's really just as simple as.
Mike, look, I fucking got up too fast and fucking half asleep. Fucking went to the bathroom and passed out, bro. I tried to save myself, but I fucked up my face. Not bad. I didn't like break my nose or anything. I've never had a broken bone, and I checked. I didn't break anything. It's all solid right here. You know what I mean? It's just swollen and sore and hurts. Not really. It's like this is like day 2. So like there's a big old gash. I got a gash on the top of my head. I busted my lips and shit. Like it sucked.
Andrew Cuomo is closer to them than he is. Like, of course they're gonna.
And it's funny too because my workers all like, "How you doing, bro?" And I'm like, "Bro, I just passed out a little bit. It was not a big deal." Like they're treating me like I like got a concussion or something.
They're going to choose the lesser of two evils. They probably don't like Andrew Cuomo.
I logistically like cleaned myself back up and went back to sleep, bro. That's it. Like I made all the bleeding stop. You know what I'm saying? And put some band-aids on and fucking went back to sleep, bro. Logistically, no joke. Like I fucking went to the bathroom, passed out, fucked myself up, cleaned up all the blood, got some band-aids, put the band-aids on, went back to sleep, and then went to work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I have fucking no problem, bro.
Either, but they like him more than.
Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless.
Really? Commercial,
and
damn
if you
it?
haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons.
Than this guy, and this guy represents.
But look, you gotta comprehend, bro. Like the supervisor of my work is like 20-something years old. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't think he gets my time period, bro. Like, you know how many fucked up things I've done and gotten fucked up, bro, and like, in so many I've gotten hit in the face in so many different ways that have nothing to do with fighting. Actually, mostly, like 95% of all hits to my face don't have anything to do with fighting. Just I've been hit in the face a lot, so it lets me know I can get hit in the face. Plus, you know, it's easy to know you can get hit in the face when you pass out and fuck yourself up. Don't ask me how I did it, bro. Look, seriously, like I was sitting there like cleaning up the blood, bro, and I was like looking around in the bathroom, and I was like, how the fuck did I do this, right? Because I tried to stop myself, so I like, you know how like when you're passing out, the first thing you want to like do is try to get into a chair, right? Or something to sit down in, right? And so like I was standing and pissing, bro. And so I stopped pissing and I tried to sit down on the fucking toilet, bro, and try to pass out back into the fucking toilet, bro. And all I do is I remember sitting on the toilet. I asked this seat. I sat down. Yeah, I passed out still, right? So I woke up on my hands and knees, bro, and just blood was dripping down my face. Off my face on the ground. So I don't remember like how I got, and I can't figure it out, bro. I looked at the bathroom like 3 times, bro. 3 or 4 times, bro. I'm like, oh, hold on. I cut my head right here on the top. I fucking had a bloody nose. Both my nostrils were bloody as fuck inside. I had a gash on my nose. My whole nose was fucked up. And I busted my upper lip and my bottom lip. And I'm going like, how the fuck did I do this in the bathroom? How did I fuck up here and all the way down? Like, what did I hit? I can't figure it out. I like don't know. Anyways, that was a side rant.
A more existential threat. Right? Yeah, they're not, yeah.
I found $1 in my laundry.
Exactly.
Showing himself to not just be that, but also to be their parrot in the language that he's using to close out this election.
Okay, you talk about billionaires, and there have been some really wealthy individuals who have come out and put money in PACs against you in recent days, right? Former Mayor Michael Bloomberg among them. There are plenty of other business leaders who...
apparently, yeah, this guy got elected.
...private are afraid. They have concern. There are very few who actually will talk about it publicly, but one of them is Jamie Dimon from JP Morgan, and I'm thinking about this in light of Trump calling you a communist. Jamie Dimon did not call you a communist. He was more intellectual about it. He said, what does he really think? You know, he was part of that socialist democratic thing, which literally is more Marxist than socialist. And I read it, but I don't know what he believes in that. All right, so I guess he's basically saying he's not really sure where you stand on
all
things.
those are bad.
But what do you
the
say
word
to
belief,
that concern?
even
Is
to use the word
Marxist
belief is
something
bad.
you're comfortable with?
No, I'm a Democratic
You can choose to
socialist, and I've
not
said it
know
time and
or
again.
know.
When was that quote from Jamie Dimon?
From Jamie Dimon.
A Democratic
it was from
socialist.
Fortune last week.
Okay.
A
You
Fortune
see this
conference last
jargon?
week.
Because what he's also come out and said in public is that in our success, this is something that business leaders would also hope for the success of the city. And I put that forward to say that
Again, I'm going to reiterate that democracy is the lowest form of tyranny and is bad. You know what's fucking funny, though? Is you know how long our civilization is supposedly known that democracy is a form of tyranny. And this is why the United States was attempting to become a republic of states. Like, see what I'm saying? Like, it was supposed to be like the reverse, right? Like, notice how like governments are in control. I have no control over anything that happens to me. I have to listen to strangers that I've never met before who have assumed places of authority that I've never given them to have over me. And yet there is no way to combat the government or say, look, you're wrong. This is wrong. So, how can one say one exists in a free place in this reality? Like, I mean, millions of people walk around and are like, I'm free, America. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they don't get it. They've never been free.
that despite where New Yorkers may stand on my candidacy, whatever qualms they may have, they know that I'm actually being honest with them about my ideas, about who I'm looking to fight for. And that's sadly unique in this race. Because what you have is someone in Andrew Cuomo who spent the entirety of a primary campaign on...
I don't think that he's being honest about eating rice with his hands. I think that probably privately he might eat rice with his hands sometimes, but I think that he probably uses some form of utensils to eat rice.
Chat said.
I do. I don't believe that he does that privately. It's a common Asian thing. I mean, yeah, but also so are chopsticks. It's an important issue. Well, I don't care. I do, because it's if somebody is going to misrepresent their image, I think that means that they are probably a liar.
Yeah.
And really, it's kind of a mining canary.
Look, I'll just throw this out there. I'm going to make the video, actually. I decided, even though I had fucked up, that's actually a fucking good picture. Hold on. Should I? Okay. I can't help it. That's a good picture. Okay. Anyways. Damn it, dude, what was I saying? I got fucking distracted by his face. Because I paused it at such a ridiculous moment. Damn it, what was I saying? Fuck, oh well. I didn't remember, oh well.
Like, if somebody is going to lie about, and I'm not even saying he's lying, but I think
that's what it was. I remembered. It took about a second of me playing the video. Anyways, so look, I'm gonna post it. But see, look, Osmond took this Dungeons and Dragons alignment test to see if what he was. Like, you know what I mean? Like chaotic good, chaotic evil, true neutral. You know what I'm saying? So I took the same test as him, and he got true neutral, and I got true neutral.
I think that, like, you know, for example, like any type of code.
And see, the thing about true neutral people is the biggest thing is like liars are bad. Now I comprehend the things I talk about that I say Osmond's lying to you about, he doesn't know he's lying to you about it because he's stuck in a program. You see what I'm saying? Different. He equally doesn't like liars like me. He just doesn't get that he's stuck in lies, that he's also persisting himself because he doesn't know he's in the lies.
Code switching or any type of...
Or he's a plant. I don't know, because his dad was a professor and he worked at the IRS for a little bit, so I don't know. And then he became a famous streamer. I don't know. He has been streaming for a very long time. Don't get me wrong, and that helps.
Of I'm going to talk differently, like
on average for me, like for any streamer to blow up, it's like 10 years, bro. Like seriously, like to see how he's blowing up. On average, it takes like 10 years.
You know how like politicians will sometimes talk like they have a southern accent whenever they go to like Alabama?
Why do you think I tell you all the time I'm in it for the long haul? I ain't ever motherfucking gonna stop anything. I'm just gonna keep motherfucking going and talking about how fucking duality is a motherfucking false mental state and reality that we no longer need to currently exist in. Okay, I reckon ran out of breath.
Or something. If somebody does that, I'm going to immediately just assume that they're a liar. They're a lying retard that is just trying to manipulate you. Kamala Harris? Yeah, definitely. Like Hillary Clinton was like the biggest offender of this. It's a red flag. It's disingenuous. Yeah. And I think that if you're going to be disingenuous on the way that you speak or the way that you eat, imagine how disingenuous that you're going to be.
You know what I eat right now? You know what I eat? I'm going to be fully transparent. I go to Sam's Club and I buy bread and I get organic ketchup and I get mayonnaise and I eat chicken sandwiches or turkey sandwiches. And that's it, because I stopped using the microwave. Even though I am going to move over to making hot food. Just I need to get a taller refrigerator because I have a mini fridge, but I don't have a tall mini fridge. I have a short mini fridge. I need a taller mini fridge so I can have more stuff in there. So that way I can make stuff like that, like cook stuff. And then I'm going to upgrade to more healthy stuff. I mean, sandwiches aren't the most horrific thing, actually. Actually, what I'm doing is really good.
Policies. I know this might sound...
It's better than eating out of a microwave. Let's just say that.
Sound crazy, but I don't really think that it is. I don't. I think it's just common sense. Like Jasmine Crockett? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's old interviews of her not talking like she does now. She's talking like that in order to put out an image of herself that's inaccurate. She went to a $60,000 or $70,000 a year private school. It's bullshit.
The premise that he was the best suited to take on Donald Trump. And here we are with the chyron that Donald Trump is endorsing Andrew Cuomo.
So let me ask you, because that was October 17th, so it was actually a week and a half ago. But I want to ask you, because you asked me when he said that. Are you talking?
But you're just speculating. You have no way of knowing that he's not eating like that in private. You're right. I'm guessing. You're absolutely right.
Him are people like that, people that you're going to sit down with and eagerly work with?
I haven't watched it privately.
Look, I'll have conversations with anyone, and I've spoken to Jamie Dimon briefly, and I've spoken to a number of other business leaders.
See, look, he just said he'd have conversations with anyone, but see, I have no way to get in contact with this dude to have a conversation with him. So how could he have a conversation with anyone?
Across the city about my proposals. I know that there are disagreements around my fiscal policy, that I think we should raise income taxes on the top 1% of New York.
I have an issue with your whole brain and programmed outlook on reality and perspective and perception and persona and ideology and ego and heart and soul and spirit. I question everything that you're saying and doing with every little morsel of every cell in your body.
Who make $1 million or more a year by 2%, or the fact that I think corporations' top tax rate should be matching what they pay in New Jersey. And still, there is room for an immense amount of agreement on what it means to bring the city forward, and I'll always leave that door open.
So, okay. So let me just ask you about President Obama. I know that you had a conversation with him.
Obama.
What was that conversation about?
About bombing?
I appreciated the conversation with President Obama, and we spoke about both
the New York Post headline is
the
that
gay
he's
president,
not endorsing him.
Obama.
Yeah, well, the New York Post has a lot of fun with their headlines, to put it lightly. It was a conversation where we were speaking about the importance of hope in politics, the delivery of that kind of an agenda, and I also shared
I hope that doesn't get me in trouble on YouTube.
I had shared outside of a mosque in the Bronx
not my fault. There's evidence.
Was inspired in part by his remarks on race of a more perfect union many years ago. And I think there is often a tendency in our politics to think solely in a 24-hour news cycle, and the need to sometimes step back and speak to the soul of the city, and not just the cycle of that city.
Do you think that he, and he's never endorsed a mayoral candidate, so that's why I'm making the point. Of course, he wasn't going to.
Wait, hold on, back up. Obama endorsed this guy who's a socialist, who's basically a communist. See, if you're one like me who has played video games like Civilization, you comprehend that currently the entire world is being transferred and transitioned into dictatorial communism. I think of it this way, right? The dollar has been crashing and losing its power for a very long time. China is now the largest industrial country in the world. Like, they make all the shit. Made this, made my monitor, made my webcam, probably made this TV over here, probably made my PlayStation, probably, well, not my computer, I got that from America, iPower. I'm pretty certain that's a American company, so I'm safe there. I definitely know my computer was built in America. But I don't know, my scooter, probably not built in America. The refrigerator, probably not built. The bed frame, these tables, pretty much anything I look at in my fucking room probably was built by fucking China.
To endorse, but do you feel that?
But I didn't do that. I can't change it. Like, or Korea, or, you know what I mean, anywhere over there. Like, you know how many things that I particularly have that could be possibly built by the United States? It's like I can only think of my computer, bro. Like, seriously. Like, I look around and I can, every time I look at, bro, I can only think of, like, oh yeah, my computer. That's it. Everything else was probably built or created somewhere else in the world that wasn't the United States.
He has your back. That because there are plenty in the Democratic Party who are scared of you too, and they don't know whether you're going to succeed, if they're going to sit back.
Well, they don't like, the thing is, they don't like him because he represents, there was actually a video I saw the other day. Well, I'll play the video after this.
Do you think he's someone who's going to be in there, you know, in it with you?
Well, I appreciated the president offering to be a sounding board, and that's exactly what we see as what the future of these next few weeks and months.
It's obviously a line that Obama would want him to succeed. I mean, even if he doesn't agree with this guy on most things, he does agree with, or on some things, he agrees with him on most things. So, yeah, and it's also his party. So, like, of course he's going to want Mandami to succeed.
I just want to get a real quick breakdown, right? Can you give me a simple breakdown of a democratic socialist and the comparison I forgot how to spell it. Ah! Comparison. Right, it's thinking. Really? Comparison. Thank you, motherfucker. That's what it is. Oh, well, I should help if I have my hands on the right spot. And the comparison to communism. Core idea: everyone should have equal access to basic needs, healthcare, housing, education, fair wages, yet through democratic means, not force. How our government provides key social services like healthcare and education. Private businesses still exist, yet they're regulated to prevent exploitation. The economy reigns a fixed index of capitalism and socialism. both public and private ownership. Citizens vote for leaders who shape policy and taxes to reduce inequality. Example system: Nordic countries like Sweden, Norway, Denmark. Although technically they're social democracies, they share a lot of overlap. A fair society with capitalism serves the people, not the other way around. Communist, all property and production belong to everyone collectively, no private ownership at all. How it works in theory, the state or community. Okay, hold on. Quick comparison. Ownership. Capitalism with strong safety nets and fairness through democracy. Tyranny. Look. See, look. I see tyranny and tyranny. Do you see what I mean? Look, that's what this says. This looks different than this. This looks different than this, but they're both. I don't need to do that. They're both a form of tyranny, bro. Okay, I was just double checking. I'm right. They're both forms of tyranny.
Obviously, like what do you mean?
It looks like.
You see that? Osmond agreed with me.
Like speaking to those who've been in these very kinds of positions and putting together a team that reflects the
He didn't really agree with me.
best and the brightest that this city and this country has to offer, and then delivering on this agenda. And that's what actually terrifies.
And Royce is only 34 since being new generation. Well, that's another really big factor, right? And I think this is another big thing that a lot of people aren't talking about, is the fact that there is a lot of young people, especially people that are around my age. He's 34, I'm 35. That we are sick of being micromanaged by people that can't use of people that can't use email. I don't want to be told what, the internet is by somebody who can't use it. Like if you can't use a smartphone, sure, young. Well, I mean, compared to the fossils that are in Congress, yes, I would say so.
Yeah, right.
This is like, yeah, absolutely. The fucking
I agree with
what's
that.
her name? Nancy Pelosi.
I don't know. I'm gonna act like I'm 20 till the day I die. I don't care how old I may appear or the number that clicks on the dial from this false timeline of distractions upon distractions there that are consuming everyone currently. That's why I think I don't act like my age. Because what is an age when there's so much evidence to the possibilities of like multiple different aspects of how time has been altered or manipulated, or how it's like a certainty that, like, have you ever noticed that like you're doing something awesome, bro, and it's like a whole day and you like it's so awesome, like you just like bang and then it's over and you're like, dang, bro, that was so fun, but it felt like it went like super fast. And then there's those days that you're at your job and you're just like wanting it to be over so bad and it feels like it's taking forever. Well, then that shows you right there that time isn't linear like anyone or like anything that happens. So, like, see, I comprehend that time is right now. So right now, you're with me right now. The moment you click off my shit, you're not with me right now. You're wherever you are right now, by yourself or with whoever you're with. And the only way you can be with me is now. And there's no time where you can never, ever, ever be with me unless it's now.
85 years old. She's 80 fucking 5. I mean, like, what are you doing still in Congress? And she's finally not going to seek re-election, apparently. But, like, for a long time, she was. So Trump wasn't using computers. Well, and I think this is a problem, right? Like, I don't want to have the government run by people that fundamentally don't understand everyday life. Like, technology and the internet are part of young people's everyday life.
Think about what he just said right there. He doesn't want a government where they don't comprehend everyday life. Now, granted, apparently, he was quite poor, and he wasn't always rich. He was poor, right? But you have to comprehend, for quite some time now, he's been like a millionaire. So he hasn't been poor for quite some time. That's why I think potentially he's like a plant or something, because he like lives this extremely weird lifestyle that I think just happened, and then like they tapped him. Like, see, I'll show you as an example, right? His like his beard always looks the same. It always looks very trimmed and the same. But this guy, like, is supposedly, like, I don't give a fuck, and, like, have mountains of soda, like, like, mountains of soda bottles. Trust me, there's plenty of evidence on Asmongold and the filth of the room that he's in right there. Right? I don't need to, like, prove any of that. He, like, lived in all this filth, right? But somehow his goatee and his beard always looks the same. Like, it's always trimmed and looks the same. And it makes, look, you got to comprehend, dude. I did background work in Hollywood. Do you see what I'm saying? So it makes me connect dots that maybe I shouldn't connect, but I don't know. It's just kind of interesting that, like, dude lives in filth, but he seems to be able to take care of his beard. Interesting.
And also, just on purely a generational basis, I think that there's a lot of generational resentment that people that are around my age have towards people that are in their 60s, 70s, and 80s. Like, there's a tremendous amount of resentment because there's an understanding that these people grew up inside of an economy and inside of a culture that was, you know, like you could say more homogenous, less extreme and destabilized, and also they had more abilities to, like, buy things, basically, right? And so that's it. What about term limits? Would that solve the problem? No, that wouldn't solve the problem. The problem is that I don't want to just replace somebody with a young person just because the person's young, but these are confounding variables. And I do think the fact that him being a lot...
Right, but, like, how... Think of it this way, right? How does a Congress being get reelected when after a decade it shows they're not really doing anything to help the people that are electing them? It's like, oh no, our lives have not gotten easier. Our lives have only gotten worse since you become Congress being whoever. And now we're supposed to keep electing you for another 10 years, even though you haven't done the stuff you were supposed to do in the last 10 years. Yet, no, these people have been elected for 50 years, 40 years, 35 years. And it's like, all I know is that's my entire life, practically all those numbers or more. And all I've watched is everyone's lives get worse and worse and worse and more difficult. And mentally, everyone is crashing out internally. And everyone's just sitting here acting like everyone's all good and everything's all okay and fucking fun. And let's, like, celebrate false holidays of corruption and manipulation and do secret rituals that we don't even know that we're a part of. We're just out there having fun. Woo! Let's drink some beer and look at a fucking giant fucking dome psychologically mind fuck us with words.
Younger than these other guys does play...
I don't know where I went right there.
...a huge role in it. Because a lot of candidates don't have... A lot of young people don't have any candidates they can really relate to. And whenever you have somebody who's 34 that understands what the internet is, that's, you know, has a Twitter account, used to be a rapper, like, you could say it's stupid, but it is also, it's relatable. And that's the issue. Campaign financing is a problem. Yeah. Do you see kind of what I'm saying here? Is that there's a lot of people that are finally like, okay, finally.
I do notice that me and him agree on that. Like, we both call X Twitter, because I'm not going to call it X. I'm going to call it Twitter. I'm probably going to call it Twitter till the day I die. I don't care. Because it's fucking Twitter. The reason why it's changed to X is because fucking Elon Musk is like, he's like a general for the system of mental control of dualistic bullshit and manipulation, right? And see, X is a very big symbol. That's why his son's name has X in it. And his Space Force has X in it, and Tesla has X in it, and now Twitter got changed to X. Do you see what I'm saying when I tell you that there's a pattern of manipulation of control because the world and the universe is controlled with symbols. And if you do not comprehend symbols, you are a slave.
Now it's our turn. And by our turn, I mean it's the turn of the people that are younger to be able to take office and make decisions for the future, rather than have decisions made for them by people that are going to die in 5 years.
Donald Trump and Elon Musk and even Andrew
Huge
Cuomo
factor.
the most.
Mega
it's their
factor.
fear that we will, in fact, accomplish the things that we have campaigned on. And that's one place where they're actually right.
All right, Zoran Mamdani, thank you very much. Obviously, we're hours away.
Yes.
Hours away here. Are you ready?
Commercial.
Are you really
I'll be fair. That's like
second.
the third,
This
only the third
studio
commercial.
is about
That's
to
not
come
bad.
alive on November.
Ready? Do you expect it's going to be a big night for you?
Not really.
I'm confident, but I'll never be complacent. But look, if people want to vote for Donald Trump and Elon Musk, they should vote for Andrew Cuomo. If people want to vote for change, they should vote for me.
All right, Zoran Mamdani, thank you very much.
Last time I voted for change, he changed his mind. We'll see what happens. I don't have a big lot of hope on this one, okay, guys? And let's be real. But yeah, remember that? And he's a good speaker. Oh, he's a great speaker. He does a very good job in interviews, and I think he's very
No shit, bro. They're trained to be good speakers. You know how many times he's had this conversation already?
talented as a politician. I think that anybody could acknowledge that. What does that have to do with running a country? I understand the resentment. What it has to do with running the country is that if you don't if you can't use and understand the internet, AI, and technology, you fundamentally don't know where the world is going.
Exactly. You have to comprehend. I'm 42 and I comprehend, well, not as much as I would like, yet enough to be able to function. And that's AI, right? Like, because I can't code, right? I don't know how to code. If I knew how to code, I'd be way further ahead right now with AI than I am currently. You see what I'm saying? And I attempted to do some coding and confusion. That didn't go well. So, like, I mean, it went fine. It's just I couldn't create what I wanted to create. And it's just like, probably the reason why I couldn't create what I wanted to create is because I was trying to create something massive right off the bat, and I should have like started with just something small and make something little that was functional, code it, make sure it works, and then move up to larger things as I comprehend what's going on, right? You know what I mean? I comprehend how to learn. I didn't do that, and probably because I don't really want to learn how to code anyways, and that's so I set myself up for failure probably. Actually, I know I did.
On just a very, very basic level, you don't understand modern life. So
I do comprehend AI and how to use it. Like, currently, like, apparently, I can't use my CashApp card because, see, I was gonna do, pay for Sora 2 through ChatGPT, so I could start fucking around with videos. Because I think I can make some very compelling videos about the truth of duality. And the funny thing is Google or excuse me, ChatGPT didn't accept my Cash App card. That's fine, because like here in the next year, I'm setting up a business account and a business, all the stuff for the streaming content business. I gotta set up an account and do all that stuff and create a whole thing, and I'm gonna get a card that says Visa on it. I'm gonna be able to put money in there, and then I'll be able to set up fucking around with Sora. So next year.
whenever you have somebody who's making decisions that, in my opinion, does not understand modern life, you've got a big problem.
Well, I feel like millionaires don't comprehend real life either anymore. Like, comprehend, like, he can go to the store and buy whatever he wants whenever he wants. He doesn't ever have to think about what he needs to buy anymore. And that's for some time now. Like, I would say he's less desensitized than most people, right? Like, he still gets it to a good degree, I guess, for being someone who's a millionaire. Yet he lives like he's poor as shit, kind of. So, like, I don't know. I think that's the move. That's what I'm doing. So that way I can stack up Bitcoin.
Huge problem. You're out of touch. Yeah, they're out of touch. It's that simple. I'll link you guys the video. But that's why you get people who do well. Who do well, like in politics. Yeah, sure. You mentioned Obama giving a speech about race and hope, and that's a highlight criticism I had for Obama. Everybody forgot about Occupy Wall Street and started focusing on race and identity. I'm not a fan of race-based politics. I think it's very problematic, and I do think that it will lead to white people using the same identity politics that minorities have been using. It's very obvious this is what's happening. It's already started happening, but it's just going to continue getting worse, in my opinion, is that you're going to have more and more white people weaponizing and using identity politics in the same way. Okay.
Holy
in the
fuck,
same way
dude,
that,
what the fuck, bro?
Jesus. Okay. I forgot what I was going to say. Give me a second. What the fuck was it? What was that? Jesus. Oh, right. I was going to play a video. That's right. Okay. So
this dude saw those titties and was like a deer in the headlights. So what was I talking about? Huh?
anyway, let's see if I can find this. Yeah, here we go. This is also another very big factor. Watch this.
My name's Frankie Stocks. I'm a reporter with the Stu Peters Network. I would just love to ask you a quick question. I'm trying to ask every representative I can. That is, do you care more about the American people or Israel as a member of Congress?
I don't think they're mutually exclusive, Frankie.
Can you elaborate?
They're our best ally.
Are they? Who do you care about more, the United States or Israel? United States or Israel, sir? No answer? Should we put you down for Israel? Who do you care about more, the American people or Israel? It's an easy one. American people or Israel? You don't got to fake a phone call. American people or Israel?
Man.
You don't got to fake a phone call.
The American people or Israel? The American people or Israel, sir?
Just answer the question.
Who do you care about more, the American people or Israel?
What a stupid question. No, it's not.
Wow.
If this,
why would you think that's a stupid question?
I want a politician that says I care about the American people more than any other group of people in the entire world. And I will fight for their interests over the best interests of other people because they elected me. That's what I want my politician to do.
I agree with that. Like,
because I want him to be an advocate for me. Not for Nigeria, not for Israel, not for Antarctica, not for Australia, but for me. That's it. It's an instant question. It's an instant answer.
Right. If you like,
instantaneous, without even thinking.
Okay, look. I'm going to come down for a slight moment. So that way I can kind of agree with what he's saying. Because that would be a step in the direction of getting to where I am already. See what I mean? So it's like I can conclude that comprehension of the system of control still holds a lot of control, even though it's dead already. So when that control finally recedes into nothingness, I have no idea. So therefore, until then, there's going to be lots of steps from where I am now and the system is now. So right now, that'd be good if, like, you know, this country could stop supporting Israel because Israel is a terrorist organization. Basically. That took over a whole other country on religious doctrine. And now it's attempting to be used to be set up as a holy war.
The question is easy as an American. If you don't answer to that, it means that you're compromised at a foundational level. Exactly.
No answer.
Damn, bro.
Look at these fatties selling out for less
bro.
money than kids would get to do a Fortnite sponsorship. Isn't that embarrassing? Like you have 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds that are professional Fortnite players that refuse gambling deals for more money than these politicians are selling out the entire country for. It's pathetic. Really, it's pathetic.
I don't
Israel is one of our strongest allies in a part of the world where people are trying to harm us, and I think they need our support.
So should the U.S. continue funding Israel?
Wait a second. Let me break down what he just said there. Let me see. Last time I checked, the reason why that whole region kind of has a problem with the United States is because the Rothschild-backed central banks were forced down these countries' throats with bombs and bullets. That kind of makes people upset with us. I would agree that that is logical.
Despite their links to the
$14,000. And in my opinion, also, by the way,
that can't be a real number. He got to be getting paid more than that.
These viewpoints, and then these Israeli lobbies just simply boosted the voice of the people that already had these viewpoints. Like, I don't think that a lot of them are necessarily being paid to say this, but they might know that they will stop being paid if they don't say this. But they basically just found people that, you know, were...
I don't know with the whole Charlie Kirk thing, because, you know, it's still up in the air of whether or not Israel had anything really to do with it. It's, you know, allegedly, I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. You can wind up dead, bro, if you stop promoting Israel currently and you're in any place of power or, you know, influence.
Already had this opinion, right?
9/11 or their attack on the USS Liberty?
Oh.
I mean, we have American citizens who are about to freeze to death in Western North Carolina. And we're sending millions to Israel. So, well, it is a comparison because the money's going out. It's all coming.
$115,000. I've turned down sponsorships from mobile games for more than that. And this guy is selling out the fucking country. Can you believe that shit? That is insane.
I don't think I'll ever get sponsors.
I think that's really like that. There's something wrong with that. There's definitely something wrong with that.
Unless you find a sponsor that is also cool with me talking about the truth that goes for everyone.
American people or Israel, sir? Sir, they're equal. Are you serving Israel or are you serving America?
$61,000. Are you kidding me? 61. Really?
Okay, so can you answer?
I stand with Israel, and he puts his hand on the American Israel flag. Oh my God, what even is this? It says stand with Israel. And he even, he has it right underneath his
name.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, bro.
You know what, dude, you know what I could do with 60 grand? I ain't joking, bro. I can get my teeth fixed. I can get a bunch of stuff fixed, dude, in my life, dude, where like I could make this. Oh my goodness, bro! I need to figure out how to get a grant for like
had dual
$60,000.
citizenships and worked in the government to further Israel's interests. You know what I would do? No, you don't, because I'm not going to say it. But I will say this. This is what I would do. I would denaturalize every single one of them as citizens. And I would send them over to Israel. One-way ticket. You're gone.
Oh,
all right.
Yeah, Osman's all about like he's totally cool with slavery and shit, right? He very crazy in that sense. Like I don't know if he's telling the truth or like being that's himself, or is he just playing around or joking? I'm not sure. I just know that he talks about like it's totally okay to fucking like enslave people, like that it was better when we had slaves. I don't know. He's crazy.
Right? You want to do that? Yep, send them over.
I'm not saying that too out of context, hopefully.
It would stop. And I would do that for every single person that was a dual citizen that I thought was working in the best interest of a foreign government. Like any of these Somalians that are doing it, you're going back to Somalia instantly. You're done. Same thing. Bye-bye. Yep, that's right. Yes, Democrats, America or Palestine? Easy answer. You're missing the big picture. Trump's own son-in-law supports Israel. Yeah. Jared Kushner isn't in office. He's not in office. I mean, I think it's a pretty big difference. Like, and also, by the way, like, I'm not even saying that's good. Like, being Israeli isn't the problem. The issue is the fact that people are elected to office that have dual citizenship, that are advocating for and acting in the best interest of a foreign country. Trump's like supporting Israel is one thing, but whenever you're taking a bunch of money from them, you also have a citizenship there. You can't even say that you're working in the best interest of the American people over Israel. I mean, we really have a lot of points on the graph here, and you can draw a pretty goddamn straight line.
Yeah, it's right.
What are we talking about here?
Okay, so can you answer the original question? Who do you care about more, U.S. or Israel?
There's no variance. It's like you're asking.
Acting like supporting Israel is just as bad as supporting Somalia is kind of dishonest, don't you think? They're both foreign countries.
Yeah, I don't think that dude got the question.
You could say that supporting Somalia is worse or better depending on what your opinion of it is and what your opinion of Israel is, but they are both on the spectrum of bad, and go over there then. Like, yes, obviously, like, okay, maybe you think one's better than the other, but both are bad enough for me to say you have to leave. That's the way I would see it. How about supporting Ukraine? I think supporting Ukraine is pretty much the same thing. Yeah, if somebody's a dual citizen in Ukraine and they're advocating for Ukrainian interests over American interests, I would say the same thing. Of course. I mean, is that supposed to be like a gotcha? I mean, it's a very simple concept.
Commercial.
Excuse me? What are you doing?
I'm taking photos of books.
Why are you taking pictures of...
So can you answer the original question? Who do you care about more, U.S. or Israel?
There's no variance. It's like you're asking, you know, do you love your wife more than your daughter?
Well,
and you said it's a simple question.
It is.
Do you love your wife more than your daughter?
I love the United States more than I love this. Who's the priority when you're casting a vote in Congress?
$19,000.
America or Israel? It's a very simple question. You're not.
And that's the real problem. Is that question right there?
When I love this, who's the priority when you're casting a vote in Congress? America or Israel?
It's very simple.
Well, it's a very simple question. You're not answering it, Representative.
That's the big one. $19,000.
Look, bro. Okay. Okay. Look. I don't know how many of these motherfuckers he's already shown not answering this question. That one got me like, dude, last time I checked, these dudes work for us. They work for us. And so how is it they have the ability to be like, I'm not going to answer your question and then close a door that we're not allowed to open and go into and talk to them anymore? Because if we do, we'll be arrested. Do you know what I'm saying? Please make it make sense. How do they work for us if we can't make sure they answer a simple question?
American people or Israel, sir?
$28,000.
Who do you care about more, the American people or Israel?
Oh.
No answer? Who do you care about more, the American people or Israel? American people or Israel, sir? Who do you care about more?
See, the thing is, what these old people don't get is that they can't do this. Like, think of it this way. Like, you know what I mean? Back in the day, you gotta think, they're like, answer the question. And it's like, even if they answer the question, it's like, who the fuck are you? Some tabloid, right? Like, you gotta comprehend the ability to spread information 40 years ago is highly different than how quickly information spreads. These jackasses, they're like, I'm not gonna answer the question, I'm just gonna ignore it. Not comprehending that the video could then go viral and millions of people see it, which then breeds more millions of people to see it. And then we're all sitting here going like, why are these people getting paid to do anything in these jobs they're supposedly doing and working for us, yet we can't ask them questions.
Are the American people or Israel?
Stupid Baldy. Stupid Baldy. Oh my God.
Damn, bro.
Jesus.
No answer?
Why is this such a hard question to answer?
Because they can't
that's a
answer
great
it.
question, isn't it? That's an amazing, great question. There you go. It's not a gotcha. I just think it's different. Sending Ukraine many billions of dollars doesn't serve America's interest any more than aiding Israel in the Middle East. Yeah, it's not talked about the same. I don't think that really, I mean, like, for example, like helping Israel bomb Palestinians is definitely less of an existential threat than Russia with nuclear bombs. Like us trying to, you know, barricade Russia out from taking over Ukraine and expanding and creating a new Soviet Union is a much more existential and direct threat than Hamas in Palestine. Like, are we really going to compare the threat of Russia with nuclear bombs to a fucking some rinky-dink terrorist organization in Palestine? Like, what are we doing here? Like, it's not even remotely the same thing.
Kind of is, maybe. Hold on, let me rewatch that.
It's not a gotcha. I just think it's different. Sending. Well, that's a great question, isn't it?
Okay,
that's an amazing.
I trailed off. Hold on, I got it.
Great question. There you go. It's not a gotcha. I just think it's different. Sending Ukraine many billions of dollars doesn't serve America's interest any more than aiding Israel in the Middle East. Yeah, it's not talked about the same. I don't think that really, I mean, like, for example, like helping Israel bomb Palestinians is definitely less of an existential threat than Russia with nuclear bombs. Like us trying to, you know, barricade Russia out from taking over Ukraine and expanding and creating a new Soviet Union is a much more existential and direct threat than Hamas in Palestine. Like, are we really going to compare the threat of...
Yeah, I agree with that. Never mind. I get what you're saying now. I get what he's saying. I agree. Like, yeah, there's not the same thing, bro. Hamas doesn't have nuclear weapons, bro. Hamas doesn't have the ability to destroy the entire Earth. You see what I'm saying? Russia has the ability to destroy the entire Earth. That fucking motorcycle sounded like someone tapped on my door, dude. The first part of it. I know you didn't hear it, but I did. Okay, well. Wow. Like, I thought we were just going to talk about, I thought it was just talking about New York, bro. I was not expecting this whole, let's go down a rabbit hole of finding out how many different fucking representatives will not talk about this simple, very simple, easy question in the third dimensional, fourth dimensional mental patterns. All right, anyways, you know, I follow him for learning information because I comprehend trends. He's on a rising trend of influencing the population, and so therefore I have the need to react to him or watch his stuff so that way I can stay on the up and up to what's going on the internet, because he's been here for a long time. And I technically just got here, apparently. Like, I've been on the internet, but I've not been on the internet like content creators. That's different.